Hey guys, Parallel here, and we're going to be going over the Illusion Mesmer today in our part 4 of our 7 hero support series. Let's just get straight down to it. I will be using Gwen for this slot, but you can use any Mesmer primary. You want to switch them to a Mesmer Ritualist because we'll want to have access to our Mesmer spells along with the spell Flesh of My Flesh, which is in the Ritualist tree. Let's get right into the skills. Our first skill is Ineptitude. For 4 seconds, the next time the target foe or any adjacent foe attacks, they take 128 damage and are blinded for 10 seconds. So, you cast this spell on a target foe, they do their auto attack, they take damage, or if any adjacent foe attacks, they take the damage there, and they're blinded, which means they're going to take a percentage drop of how many times they can hit. So they hit, and it'll miss sometimes, which is really strong. This follows up with this build, which kind of focuses on a heavy melee shutdown, whereas our last Mesmer build focused on caster shutdown. We will see some interrupts for casters in this build, but it's more focused on that melee shutdown and make sure we have both inside of our hero build. Our next spell is Clumsiness. For 4 seconds, target and adjacent foes are hexed with Clumsiness, so an AoE hex. The next time each foe attacks, the attack is interrupted and that foe suffers 87 damage. So, going along that bomb theory that we've discussed before, you give a bomb to the enemy, and they'll attack, the bomb is dropped, they all take damage, and the attack's interrupted, so it prevents damage as well, which is really useful. Our next skill is going to be Signet of Clumsiness. If target foe is attacking, that foe and all adjacent foes are interrupted and take 57 damage. Any foes using attack skills are knocked down. So, anything like a warrior or something will be using those skills where they attack, like Power Strike or something like that, they'll be knocked down and take damage, but also all the caster mobs around them will be interrupted in their skills. So it's really useful in that dual shutdown. Wandering Eye. For 4 seconds, the next time target foe attacks, that attack is interrupted and all nearby foes take 105 damage. So, cheap shutdown for 5 energy, that's also an AoE attack. So it's really strong. Arcane Conundrum. For 14 seconds, spells cast by target foe and all adjacent foes take twice as long to cast. When this hex ends, you gain 7 energy. So, not only are all these casters that we're facing going to be taking longer to cast spells like Meteor Storm and Firestorm, which already have immense cast times, but also it allows your Domination Mesmer to be able to interrupt them quicker. Or not quicker, it allows them more time to be able to interrupt them. And when the hex ends, you gain energy, which allows you to further casting your spells. And then as a repeat from our past Mesmer, we'll be using Power Drain, which says, if target foe is casting a spell or chant, that skill is interrupted and you gain 19 energy. So, a cheap interrupt that also gets you 19 energy back, takes 5 energy to cast, so you have a net gain of 14 energy, which is really good. It allows you to keep up your other skills. Then we have Waste Not, Want Not again. If target foe is not casting a spell or attacking, you gain 11 energy. So, cheap skill of 5 energy that will give you 11, so net gain of 6 energy to further your other skills. And then finally, the reason we have a Ritualist subset is Flesh of My Flesh. Lose half your health, so resurrect target party member with your current health and 7% energy. So, naturally in a hero build, we're going to want to be using some resurrection skills, and we can put it on this Mesmer because they'll have lots of downtime since they are more focused on hexes. So they can keep everybody alive and make sure that you're never going to be in those situations, really, where nobody's dying. So you want to make sure everybody stays alive, they get bursted, or something happens. So Flesh of My Flesh is really good to carry. And then we have 12 into Illusion Magic, 10 into Fast Casting, 8 into Inspiration Magic, and 2 into Restoration Magic. And now onto our items. You want a requires 9 Illusion Magic Wand, and a requires 9 Illusion Magic Chakram, or Focus is what they're mainly called, and you want to have 20/20 on each. You do not have to have the Oppressor weapon like I have. You can have easily the weapons that are craftable in the, I always forget the names, the Leviathan Pits and the, why can't I think of the Kurzik name? I apologize. Vasberg Armory, sorry about that. But you can craft this at one of those places, plus you can craft an Illusion Wand there that has 20/20 for relatively cheap. And then going on to our armor, we have Survivor Insignias on each single piece of armor, and then our headpiece will have a Mesmer Rune of Minor Illusion Magic, which will give you +1 Illusion Magic stacking, so basically 2 Illusion Magic because it's on the helmet. Then we'll have a Rune of Vitae, which can be purchased for relatively cheap. Then we'll have a Mesmer Rune of Minor Inspiration Magic, Then we'll also have a Rune of Vigor, which you can get anywhere from a 30 HP to a 41 HP to a 50 HP Rune of Vigor. Just depends on how much you're willing to spend. And then finally we have a Mesmer Rune of Minor Fast Casting on our boots. So we use these Mesmer Runes just to increase our magic to a certain threshold that allows them to do lots more and thrive more in the environments where we need it. So again, this one focused on melee shutdown to recover it, along with carrying a skill like Flesh of My Flesh to ensure we have resurrection, in contrast to our last Mesmer, which focused more on caster shutdown. I use Gwen for this role. She can be acquired naturally through the Eye of the North campaign. I believe she's in like the second outpost, so it's relatively quick into the campaign. But thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, dislike, comment, whatever you need to do to let me know that my content is either working or not working, and what I can do to fix it, or to keep up what I'm doing correct. I love interacting with you guys, and I always appreciate the advice. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.